July 9th, High Rollers will be taking place in Las Vegas, and Gina Mazany, a UFC flyweight, will be flying all the way from Missouri to Vegas to take on the current champ, Valerie Wong. Gina, you've lived in Vegas before. I don't know if you've ever crossed paths with Valerie, but what do you think about this matchup coming up?
I think it's cool. I think it's a good one. I think I've grappled with her before, honestly. I used to train at 10th Planet in Las Vegas, and we just had open mats on Saturday, and I've seen her grapple before. She's like a smaller human, but I know she's really good. She's a successful brown belt. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm just going to try to have the most fun I possibly can and compete. That's what I'm there for. So, and also, like, I'm really excited to be a part of High Rollers. Like, I think it's such an amazing concept, and I think it's a really great way to bring the sport and some cannabis love all together. I love it all. So I'm excited.
And you're representing Team Dr. Dabber. Have you gotten to try any of their products out?
Yes. Oh my gosh. So Dr. Dabber, how amazing. Before Dr. Dabber, honestly, I really wasn't a fan of like taking dabs and doing that or whatever. But you can smoke flower out of it, which is like usually my jam. And then I think because of the Dr. Dabber and how like it's not as intense as like when people like do the torch and the crazy stuff. Like I can't get down with that. But it's awesome. An amazing high. I like smoking flower out of it, and I like smoking concentrates out of it. Dr. Dabber is the jam.
That's awesome. And also your fiance is going to be on Team Dr. Dabber as well. How special is it that you guys are going to be able to do this trip together?
Oh, I think it's so cool. I mean, we train together every day. We're with each other all the time, every day, training and preparing for whether it's a fight, now it's a grappling match. I think it's cool. I think it'll be fun. He's such an awesome competitor and like has wrestled his entire life and competed his entire life. So I always love to get an opportunity to be able to watch him in a competition mode, and then like obviously hopefully it inspires me a bit. But yeah, I'm stoked about it.
Yeah, and you guys both lived in Vegas before, so you kind of understand the hustle and bustle grind of that city. How much do you think that's going to be exemplified with the energy of a Conor McGregor card this upcoming Saturday?
Oh, I'm stoked about it. I think it's awesome that it's actually going to be on that weekend. We're going to have a lot of people in town for all that. Living in Vegas is 100% the hustle and bustle. I lived there for like 6 years. I'm happy to be out of it, but I'm excited to come back, especially on an eventful weekend like the Conor McGregor fight. Like it's going to be fire. There's going to be so much energy, and especially with Vegas kind of opening back up and another live event, like it's going to be wicked.
And your good friend Jessica I is fighting on that card. Did you hear about High Rollers through her, or how did you come about hearing about High Rollers?
So a while back, actually, she wanted me to be on her team, and I was like, "Well, High Rollers, okay." Like I was just like, "Okay, it's a tournament. I'm down." And then like I found out what High Rollers was for, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" But I had a fight scheduled, so I wasn't able to. I was like fighting a week later or something. But yeah, Jessica has definitely told me all about it and tells me how great it is and how awesome everyone is, and I'm excited for her fight on the following Saturday. That's going to be a pretty epic fight. The whole fight card is going to be stacked, but all the energy in Vegas.
So will this end up being your first High Rollers event that you even went to as a spectator?
Yep, absolutely. Hopefully it's my first, and hopefully it's not my last. So I definitely want to somehow continue getting involved. So, it looks so rad.
It is so fun. There's like music playing during the matches, and like I feel like that's a relaxing setting for it. And I've heard, like, I talked to Chris Dempsey, he's like, yeah, in college we used to never listen to music when we ran or rolled, and like it's actually a great way to mix things up. So I'm excited for you to get to see it all. Just talking about your training in Missouri, I know you're good friends with Laura Sanko as well, and Invicta FC is in Kansas, so you probably get a lot of good female talent there. Can you talk about maybe some of the people that you get to roll with that have helped you prepare for High Rollers?
Yeah. So first of all, Missouri, the training here in the middle of like Missouri, James Krause has about like 15 active UFC guys, and it's just a different kind of grind of training, which I love. I've been working with a lot with like Kevin Kroom and Jason High, my guy Tim Elliot, of course James Krause, Lex Culp. Like we have actually Julia. Oh my gosh, Raging Panda, Julia. She just fought 2 weekends ago. She came down yesterday. Got to work with her a bit. And James Gallagher is one of my main training partners. And it's just, I don't know. It's a cool small town where we all just get to combine powers and I don't know, like help each other out a ton. Because like we're like the only team kind of in Missouri, so it's like easy for all of us just to get together. Whereas like in Vegas, there's teams here, teams there, which is cool. But the commitment to help your teammates a lot, I feel is a lot more stronger here in Missouri.
That's awesome that you guys have that relationship over there. When we think about your past, and I saw you repost the professional wrestling stuff, what was the, I guess, brand that was under when you did that?
So I wrestled for a promotion called FSW in Las Vegas. And me and my brothers growing up have always been a fan of like combat sports and pro wrestling and all that jazz. And then my brothers did it a bit growing up. And then we were in Vegas. My brother Dave, who still lives in Vegas and still wrestles for FSW, but there's a few times where he's like, oh, you want to be my tag team? I'm like, okay. And just kind of went along with it. It's like one of those things when you watch it so much, so you kind of like know how to act and like be like it. And that whole community is they're awesome. I love the pro wrestling community, and the pro wrestling fans are the best fans in the world. Like die hard, so hardcore. Oh my gosh. Like I can't even get enough of it. That was so intense. I'm balancing on a candle. That's really professional of me. Okay.
All good. That's awesome. Well, if you had any advice for someone that's looking to get into professional wrestling, what route would you say they should go, and any advice for them?
Honestly, I would just try to find a local pro wrestling gym and then just like mingle your way in there, and then also do your own. I think with anything really, you got to do your own research and your own study. So like watch a whole bunch of pro wrestling matches, find your favorite pro wrestler, find your get, because like pro wrestling has so many things like where you have to have like a gimmick, and you have to have like, are you the good guy or are you the heel? Like it's so much to it. And then you got to find a cute outfit, which is the fun part.
Yes, when I was going through all your stuff and just the bright hair, the tattoos, you have such an awesome look to you. I was like, dude, will she end up going to professional wrestling after UFC? Is that something you've considered?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I have so many ideas of what I want to do after fighting. But yeah, pro wrestling would honestly be like another dream come true. One of my dreams was like fighting in the UFC, and now I'm an active fighter in the UFC, but like fighting or being a professional wrestler for WWE, that would be sick. That would be awesome.
That's awesome. And I see you're wearing the Dice Team t-shirt. I think another ambassador of that was Laura Sanko. And I remember watching one of the videos. She talks about how like she's only smoked about like 5 times in her life, and 2 of the times were with Snoop Dogg. But what would you say the chances would be if we got Snoop Dogg to High Rollers, that we got Laura Sanko to participate?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I actually grabbed Laura Sanko today, and I was like, "You're getting on my back," because like Miss Wong, she's a tiny human. Like, so I had Laura on my back today, like for just trying to choke me with her little tiny arms. I've been wanting to get that girl back into like combat, some sort of grappling thing. We can 100% do this. I think this is something we can make happen. She's a little savage. Like she's good. Like she's a tiny human, but she's feisty and like quick and strong, and she's got like these bony wrists and like little arms, and like she's awesome. She's like probably one of my favorite humans ever. But yes, let's make that happen, please.
She sounds like the perfect sparring partner to get you ready for Valerie. Is there anything that you're most excited for? I know you lived in Vegas for 6 years, so is there anything that you can't wait to see once you're back?
Honestly, I can't wait to go get all you can eat sushi. Because
What's
the sushi's, oh gosh, there's so many. I don't even know. I can't remember. Gosh, it's been a minute. I used to love Oishi was my jam, but I had another one. I can't remember it, but it's been so long. The sushi here isn't as good here in Missouri.
Well, the munchies will definitely be real at High Rollers. do some rolling, hit some dabs with Dr. Dabber, and then head on to all you can eat sushi. And then can we expect to see you at the watch party, or you have other plans?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's a plan. Well, it's funny because isn't that Sean O'Malley's watch party?
Yes. So I think the after party is like Sean O'Malley's, and maybe it is the watch party itself is also his too. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It was funny because we heard it was the after party with Sean O'Malley's, and Tim was trying to, because his opponent pulled out for the UFC card, and so Tim was trying to get, and Tim's opponent pulled out, so he was trying to get on that, and they're like, oh, we're actually going to go to Sean O'Malley's after party, and we're like, okay, but yes, we will be there. I heard Toasted Sub, or what's it called, Toasted Sub, or gosh, the sandwich place. They're so bomb.
I'm gonna have to look that one up. They're gonna be catering it.
I think so. Yeah. Oh gosh, what was it? I should plug them, but I don't remember.
Maybe I can put the little graphic on them once you remember.
Just
'Cause
like let's
you do graphic design too. Is that like After Effects or Photoshop?
I do it all. Like actually, I was feeling inspired, and
Oh
I was
my
like
gosh,
I was
that's
drawing
dope.
like little
Some
nuggets.
shroomies
Like
on there. I love it.
yeah, you know. Yeah, no, I do it all. Like it all started. I do all sorts of graphic design, but mainly Illustrator's my jam. I get with Photoshop, InDesign for like books and stuff. But yeah, I like to do a lot of hand stuff too.
That's
I do a lot.
awesome. There's like a ton of money, I feel like, in freelance work because everything's growing in social media. And what people lack is the artistic mind. Like people
Oh,
can learn the Photoshop and stuff, but if you're able to draw that just like that, that's awesome.
just be creative. Yeah, no, for sure. That was one of the reasons why when I got out of high school, I was like, I want to pursue fighting. But my parents were like, go to college, and I was like, okay. And I knew with graphic design that's something I could do freelancing like on the side. So before I was like making okay money fighting, I was like doing freelance work and working at a bar and like training but yeah, so graphic design is like awesome for freelance work.
That's awesome. You are just such a cool spirit. I can't wait to meet you in
Heck yeah.
probably less than a week from today. Is there anything that you want to plug? Just maybe the Dr. Dabbers or anything, any final words?
Um, just thanks a ton, High Rollers, for having me on here. I'm looking forward to put on a show for you guys. I'm excited to represent Dr. Dabber. I'm excited to see like me and my man be able to compete and like grapple to some music and smoke some weed. Just thanks a ton for having us.
Hell yes. So July 9th, you can catch it all live on YouTube, and then it'll be played again on Pluto TV throughout the weeks. So Gina Mazany, thank you so much for taking the time, and we can't wait to see you fight for the belt and a pound of weed.
Heck yeah. Oh, I'll take it.